What's up, guys? We're back at Jones Subwoofer Solutions. I have a new amp dyno video for you guys today. This is something new for the channel, the first plate amp that we've run. This is the Seismic Audio APT002. It is a 500 watt max plate amp. This is something that you might see on like Amazon or Parts Express. Something to build a home sub for your home theater with, something along those lines. Now it's rated 250 watts RMS, 500 watts max at 8 and 4 ohms. So we'll see what it does at both of those impedances, and maybe we will test 2 ohms. We'll see how it does. But that is the amp for today, the Seismic Audio APT002. If you want to guess what you think this thing will do, post it below. I'll catch you on the dyno in just a second. Alright, what's up, guys? Here we are on the dyno. We're going to see what this thing does. It's rated 250 watts RMS, 500 watts max. We'll see if it'll reach either of those numbers. And we're just going to start with certified. I'm going to start with 8 ohms, and we'll do 4 ohms. And then we'll move on to uncertified. We'll do 8 ohms, then 4 ohms. Same thing with dynamic, and then like I said, maybe we'll try, I don't know, a 2 ohm dynamic at the end. But here we go. Going to start with certified, and we'll do 8 ohms. Now you guys can ignore the battery voltage. That's just what I have the dyno plugged into. Certified 8 ohms up to 1% distortion. Here we go. We get 172 watts into 8 ohms. Let's go back. We'll do this at 4 ohms. 4 ohms, and again rated 250 watts RMS. Not quite. We got 234 watts. So now we'll test uncertified, which is into clipping. Perhaps it'll make more with a little bit of clipping. So again, starting with 8 ohms, here we go. $169 watts at 8 ohms, and 4 ohms. Again rated 250 watts. Not quite. 226 watts into 4 ohms. Uncertified. And we will check dynamic now, which is a burst 40 hertz tone. Again, starting with 8 ohms. Here we go, rated 250 watts. They did publish that rating for both impedances. So 219 watts dynamic into 8 ohms. So maybe we'll see that at 4 ohms finally, rated power. 250 watts into 4 ohms. Let's see if it'll do it. Dynamic. Now we finally see a little bit of power out of it. 364 watts. I think that's about all it has. And since we got here so quick, we will try 2 ohms. Dynamic. Cross your fingers this doesn't blow up on me. Over 500 watts. That's good enough for me. So we did get 500 watts. It took a dynamic run and it took dropping to 2 ohms. But we did get 500 watts. That's all I have for you on this. I'll catch you back on the dyno, guys. back on the bench. Alright guys, so that's pretty much it for this SA-APT002. Take a quick look at it. It does have AC power, power switch, a parallel or bridged speaker output with a speak-on connector. Has a volume knob, a bass, mid and high EQ knob, and a gain knob. The only way I could get this to a 5 dB overlap on the dyno, which it was still a clean signal, was to just max both the gain and volume. It does have a line input, and it does have XLR input and output up top. I did use an XLR RCA adapter for input. And we can take a quick look at this side, just so you can see some of these components. But it did do shy of its rated power at 4 ohms and far from rated power at 8 ohms. They did advertise the same power for both impedances, but it would make sense that 4 ohms would make more power. But let me know your guys' thoughts on this. I paid $100 for it years ago. Who knows what it's listed for these days. But give me some feedback, and I'll see you guys next time.